Who are you? Are you sure? Who are you right now? Most of us think we know the answer. Today I'd like to explore whether we really do. Hi there, I'm Espi, the bolder side of the everyday me, and welcome to Presently Being. Episode 1, Who Are You? Today, I'd like to invite you to pause for a few moments. Not to solve a problem, not to fix yourself, not to create a plan. Simply to pause. Because in a world that constantly asks us to do more, achieve more, buy more, become more, and chase one version of more after another, we rarely stop long enough to ask a very simple question. Who am I right now? Most of us already have an answer. We tell people our names. Who are you? Our occupations. Who are you? Our relationship status. Who are you? Our accomplishments, our failures, our responsibilities, our titles. Those things may be important to us. But are they truly who we are? Or are they simply descriptions? Perhaps who we are is not something we declare. Perhaps it's something we discover. So many of us spend years playing roles. The responsible one, the strong one, the caretaker, the peacemaker, the successful one, the not so successful one, the rebel, the helper, the victim, the survivor, the achiever, and sometimes we become so accustomed to playing these roles that we forget to ask whether they still fit. Who are you beneath the expectations? Who are you beneath the performance? Who are you when nobody is watching? Who are you when there is nothing left to prove? These are not easy questions, but they are important ones, and perhaps the answers are closer than we think. Take a moment to consider the words you use most often to describe yourself. Are they kind? Are they honest? Are they current? Or are they old stories that have followed you for years and years? Because sometimes we continue introducing ourselves using information that is no longer true. The person you were 5 years ago is not the person sitting here today. In fact, if you've ever looked at an old photograph and wondered, what were you thinking with that hairstyle? You already know how much you can change. Or consider this. Some people still introduce themselves as Mrs. So-and-so, even though they divorced the dreaded man 25 years ago. What does that tell you? For some, their identity remains strongly connected to the moment they said yes. It was just a moment. An important moment, of course. A meaningful moment, but still just a moment. And yet they continue to carry that moment with reverence, even though what that moment signifies no longer exists. Now, before anyone sends me an email, this is not about whether they should keep the name. That's entirely their decision. The point I'm making is something much deeper. We often anchor our identity to moments, such as a wedding, a promotion, a failure, a heartbreak, a criticism, a loss, a success. And sometimes those moments become so powerful that they continue defining us long after they have passed. Yet many of us continue to define ourselves by mistakes we made years ago. A disappointment, a failure, a heartbreak, a criticism, a fear. And yet we continue carrying those labels once again, long after the moment has passed. In the totality of our lives, many of these moments were simply moments. Important moments, perhaps, painful moments, certainly, but moments nonetheless. Perhaps today is an opportunity to set some of them down. Those labels that have become burdens. Not permanently, not dramatically. We're not into drama here. But just long enough to see what remains. Because awareness begins when we stop assuming that we already know our lives completely, that we already know ourselves completely. Awareness begins when we become curious, and curiosity is often the beginning of change. I'd like to offer a simple exercise right now. Take out a journal, a notebook, or a simple piece of paper. At the top, write, "Who am I right now?" Then spend 5 minutes writing whatever comes to mind. No editing, no judging, no correcting, no trying to sound wise. Those are the ground rules. Simply write. And allow your thoughts to emerge naturally. And when you're finished, read what you've written and notice the words, the patterns, the beliefs, the assumptions, and ask yourself, which of these are facts and which of them are simply stories I've been telling myself or allowing other people to tell me about myself. Now I'd like to invite you into a brief moment of stillness. If you are able, sit comfortably. Take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Take another breath in and another breath out. Take a slow breath in and another slow breath out. Allow your shoulders to relax. Allow your jaw to soften. Allow your attention to settle into this moment. Nothing to solve, nothing to fix, nowhere to go, just this moment. Now ask yourself, who am I when I'm not performing for anyone? Who am I when I'm not trying to impress anyone? Who am I when I'm not trying to protect anyone? Who am I when I am simply present? Sit quietly with those questions. There's no need to force an answer. Just listen. Just listen. Because awareness is not a race. In fact, Sometimes our most meaningful insights arrive quietly, silently, in the deep recesses of our minds. Now, before we finish, here are a few journal prompts you may wish to explore. Number 1, what am I feeling today? Number 2, what am I avoiding? Number 3, what am I pretending to know? Number 4, what do I need right now? Number 5, what am I learning about myself? Number 6, what am I ready to release? Please choose something. Anything. Just choose something. Let that burden go for now. Okay? Let it go. Let it go. Choose something. And 7, what am I ready to embrace? Remember, the purpose of reflection is not judgment, it's understanding. And the more honestly we see ourselves, the more thoughtfully we can choose our next steps. Because every meaningful journey begins with a simple question. Who am I right now? After all, how can we know where we're going if we don't understand where we are? And perhaps the most important journey is the journey towards understanding ourselves honestly. Not who we were, not who others expect us to be, but who we are today. And that person today has meaning, has dignity, and has a right to live a full, productive life. You don't need to have all the answers today. In fact, the purpose of the question is not to arrive at a final answer. The purpose is simply to begin paying attention. Because the moment we become aware of who we are, we become more intentional about who we are becoming. And today, by asking yourself that question, you've already begun. And that's a good thing. A very good thing. If you'd like to continue this exploration, I invite you to take the free Presently Being personality assessment, or as I like to call it, the quiz. It was designed to help you gain deeper insight into where you are right now and may help prepare you for the conversations ahead. As a thank you for participating in the quiz, you'll receive a complimentary profile reflection deck. For those who wish to go deeper, an expanded reflection deck and companion workbook are also available. And for those who would like a little inspiration throughout the day, Presently Being merchandise is now available as well. If you enjoyed today's episode, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support means a great deal and helps us reach others who may benefit from these important conversations. New episodes are released every Sunday and Thursday. Until next time, awaken the mind, ignite the soul. I'm Espi. Be present, be purposeful, and just